Greening warehouses and blockchain. What is a green warehouse? A green logistics warehouse is a facility that is designed and operated with environmentally sustainable practices in mind. This may include using energy-efficient equipment and lighting, utilizing renewable energy sources, implementing recycling and waste reduction programs, and implementing sustainable materials handling practices. The goal of a green logistics warehouse is to reduce the environmental impact of the warehouse operations while also potentially reducing costs and improving efficiency. When it comes to saving costs in the building industry, the operational costs over the course of the building's lifetime could mean the difference between a profit or loss. You should always take both the initial capital and long-term running costs into account when considering the feasibility of a structure. Introducing measures that contribute to the building's energy efficiency is a common way to minimize the running costs and to cut down on the payback period. Builders can develop energy-efficient buildings by using suitable construction techniques. This lays the foundation for a more feasible option in the long term. It's important to note that creating a green logistics warehouse is an ongoing process that requires continuous monitoring, measurement, and improvement. This is the new Logic 3 building, an office and warehouse space on the outskirts of the Dutch city of Tilburg, that not only boasts a sleek exterior, it has stellar green credentials. Judged one of the most sustainable industrial buildings in the world, its environmentally friendly features include solar panels that feed surplus energy into the grid, and toilets that flush with rainwater collected from the roof. Green by design, the 60,500 square meters warehouse and office space is airtight with extra insulation. A photovoltaic system on the roof consisting of 11,620 solar panels generates more electricity than the building consumes, with excess power going into the grid, meaning it is both energy and CO2 neutral. Natural light flooding through large triple-glazed windows reduces the amount of electricity needed for lighting and makes it a more pleasant space to work in. The building also features a heat pump, automatically dimming LED lighting, charging points for electric vehicles, and technology that monitors water consumption and CO2 concentrations. The building, nicknamed the Tube because of its cylindrical design, is the Netherlands' head office and distribution center for multinational logistics company Rhenus. BREEAM, which has assessed more than 569,000 buildings in 83 countries, gave new Logic 3 a score of 99.48% in 2019. Best construction techniques for energy-efficient buildings. There are multiple avenues to reduce the energy consumption of a warehouse building. Here are some of the most common and effective ways for builders to construct an energy-efficient building. How to make these buildings more eco-friendly. With increased economic growth and consumer demand, warehouse construction is rising. Here are a few strategies construction professionals can keep an eye on to make them more sustainable. 1. Pick a good location. The placement of warehouses can impact their sustainability. Some of the energy used in the construction industry is from transportation, so having distribution centers near urban zones can reduce movement in and out of the building. Also consider markets and local environmental factors. Choose a location close to highways, railways, ports, and airports for quick travel, which lowers carbon emissions. Employees will then have shorter work commutes and can rely on public transportation. Also consider workforce availability, labor skills, and costs. A central building reduces the need for additional water pipes and utility lines, and manufacturing these items wastes energy and releases greenhouse gases. Building design, openings, overhangs, and orientation. The orientation of a building significantly affects its energy efficiency. The placement of other building elements in relation to the sun can also have an effect. Builders should aim to regulate the temperature as much as possible to minimize the excessive use of heating or cooling systems. In warmer climates, builders typically aim to reduce direct sun exposure, whereas, in cooler climates, the building is positioned to receive more sunlight. This is crucial to consider during construction as the positioning will have long-term effects on energy usage. The position of openings, such as doors and windows, are also important. Overhangs are a great construction technique that can alter sun exposure to a building. Through strategic placement, they can cast shade and help regulate the temperature throughout the year.
2. Incorporate fans. Cooling and heating systems can be less efficient in warehouses with more expansive spaces. However, high-volume fans can help keep air moving, reducing the energy usage of current HVAC systems. HVAC upgrading to more energy-efficient heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, HVAC, systems can reduce energy usage, while programmable thermostats can be used to regulate temperature settings. Thermal regulating systems are common in buildings whether they're residential or commercial. If not appropriately regulated, they can also be one of the biggest energy consumers. Installing energy-efficient HVAC systems can adjust the air intake through measures such as an adjustable exhaust hood setting. Also, the use of wind turbines can help to offset the warehouse's energy consumption. By using timers, you can also minimize the operation of these systems during periods of low activity in the building. Although the latest technology in HVAC systems may be more costly, the energy savings in the long run make it a worthwhile choice. Perform regular maintenance and inspections to ensure the system is running correctly. An inefficient one is vulnerable to breakdowns and can raise utility bills.
Insulation. Energy-efficient buildings have the ability to heat and cool themselves independently. Insulation plays an important role here. It helps to regulate the temperature in a building by reducing the amount of air that escapes a structure. This construction technique reduces the load on HVAC systems in the building. By doing so, it reduces the resulting electricity usage. There are several methods to ensure proper insulation in a building. One way is insulated concrete form (ICF) construction, which uses blocks of expanded polystyrene foam that perfectly fit into sections of the structure. The blocks form a seal that prevents air drafts. Thus, they contribute to the effective insulation of the building, as well as the protection of the building against fire and weather damage. Another way to stabilize heat loss or gain is to conduct a thermal inspection. Use an infrared imaging technique and scan the walls to find areas for improvement. Proper insulation and weatherization can reduce heating and cooling costs, minimize temperature fluctuations, and maintain a comfortable working environment for employees. Power management. Installing power management systems can help control energy usage by ensuring that electrical equipment and lighting are not left on when not in use.
3. Use eco-friendly building materials. Use materials with less polluting qualities like specialized paints, adhesives, and sealants. These can also improve the space's indoor air quality. Look for paints with low volatile organic compounds as well. Stone, bamboo, and cork are eco-friendly supplies to use. Another vital tip is adding insulation. It can prevent energy leaks and keep the space at a consistent temperature. To get started, determine your area's best thermal performance or R value. 4. Add a cool roof. A cool roof can help lower the temperature inside the warehouse. This prevents the air conditioner from wasting energy in the summer. To add this type of roof, use light-colored reflective materials. Painting the ceiling white is also beneficial, as it then reflects sunlight instead of absorbing it. A cool roof even reduces the urban heat island effect. This is where cities are warmer than the surrounding area. Another thing to think about is adding solar panels to the roof. These can reduce carbon emissions, lower energy bills, and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Tax deductions for companies can offset the higher initial purchase price. Cool roof qualifications, such as minimum values of solar reflectance and thermal emittance, vary by standard or program, location, building type, and roof slope. Therefore, there is no single definition of a cool roof. However, the Rated Products Directory of the Cool Roof Rating Council reports the solar reflectance and thermal emittance of thousands of roofing products.
5. Conserve water. Water-efficient landscaping can reduce the effects of water scarcity. People everywhere rely on water for agricultural and hygiene purposes. To conserve water, consider rainwater harvesting and sensors to monitor usage. Rainwater harvesting can also help to reduce the warehouse's environmental impact. Using gray water to flush toilets is a great way to recycle and conserve water. Invest in low-flow faucets for bathroom or sanitation stations. Add stormwater drainage systems as well. These prevent water from entering municipal stormwater areas, fields, or ponds. 6. Get green certifications. These programs give construction managers approval and guidance on what measures to take. Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design is a popular certification with different levels. The program can help keep designs consistent and streamline building processes. Green certification can help managers reach their own sustainability goals. Another eco-friendly initiative is the International Well Building Institute, which promotes health and well-being for employees. A carbon footprint is defined as the quantity of greenhouse gases emitted into the atmosphere by an individual, organization, product, or event within a specified boundary. Products that enable sustainable warehousing. Clean energy sources. Water saving. Energy consumption. Heating, cooling, and insulating. Environmentally friendly materials. Systems that manage inventory and the warehouse. Solar roofing. Blockchain and supply chain management. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. Each block in the chain contains a number of transactions, and every time a new transaction occurs on the blockchain, a record of that transaction is added to every participant's ledger. The decentralized database managed by multiple participants is known as distributed ledger technology, DLT. Blockchain is a type of DLT in which transactions are recorded with an immutable cryptographic signature, called a hash. How does a transaction get into the blockchain? A transaction is requested and authenticated. A block representing that transaction is created. The block is sent to every node, i.e., participant, in the network. Nodes validate the transaction. Nodes receive a reward for proof of work, typically in cryptocurrency. The block is added to the existing blockchain. The update is distributed across the network. The transaction is complete. Blockchain for construction. Construction is a highly regulated industry that employs a wide variety of tradespeople to take on projects that are often very complex. Validating their identities, their quality of work, and their dependability can be difficult and time-consuming. A blockchain-based ecosystem could help solve this challenge by making it simpler for general contractors to verify identities and track progress across multiple teams. Blockchain technology could also help ensure construction materials are sourced from the right places and are of the appropriate quality, while smart contracts may make it simpler to automatically issue timely payments linked to project milestones. For instance, Amsterdam-based construction company Herrenbouw used a blockchain to document transactions over the course of a large development project in the city, creating a more accurate, auditable record of the orders placed and paid out. The carbon footprint. Environmental Protection Agency Carbon Footprint Calculator estimates your carbon footprint in 3 areas: home energy, transportation, and waste. Logistics warehouses are a key area where energy efficiency measures can be implemented to reduce energy consumption and lower costs. The confluence of 5G, cloud computing, and AI will drive many innovations over the next decade. Thank you for watching Greening Warehouses and Blockchain Sustainable presentation by Melinda Mimms.